According to Josh Rogin of Foreign Policy magazine, House Representative Darrell Issa, congressman to California's 49th congressional district, has compromised the identities of several Libyan operatives working for U.S. foreign policy interests, placing their lives in immediate danger. Representative Issa posted 166 pages of sensitive but unclassified State Department communications related to Libya on the committee's website that afternoon as part of his effort to investigate security failures and expose contradictions in the administration's statements regarding the September 11th attack on the U.S. mission in Benghazi that resulted in the death of Ambassador Christopher Stevens and 3 other Americans. Republicans have claimed that the attacks were coordinated by al-Qaeda terrorists as a military action and not due to reaction over the release of an anti-Islamic video that had been privately published on YouTube. At the time, Mr. Romney had sharply criticized the president as events were unfolding for sympathizing with and apologizing to terrorists, leading many to conclude that the Romney campaign was politicizing a national tragedy for personal benefit. He later brought up that matter during the second presidential debate, which evoked this response from the president.
Because it took the president 14 days before he called the attack in Benghazi an act of terror.
Get the transcript.
He did, in fact, sir. So let me call it an act of terror.
Can you say that a little louder, Candy?
However, during a private campaign event secretly recorded, the video of which was obtained by Mother Jones magazine and released on the internet, Mr. Romney stated that if an event similar to the Iranian hostage crisis occurred, he would
work to find a way to take advantage of the opportunity.
Regardless of whether the attacks were a coordinated military assault against the United States or an impromptu response to a YouTube video, David Ignatius of The Washington Post noted that, according to information prepared by the CIA for Ambassador Susan Rice and the Obama administration, quote, talking points prepared by the CIA on September 15th, the same day Rice taped 3 television appearances, support her description of the September 11th attack on the U.S. Consulate as a reaction to Arab anger about an anti-Muslim video prepared in the United States. According to the CIA account, the currently available information suggests that the demonstrations in Benghazi were spontaneously inspired by the protests at the U.S. Embassy in Cairo and evolved into a direct assault against the U.S. Consulate and subsequently its annex. Representative Issa's release of sensitive information that may risk the lives of foreigners providing assistance to the U.S. State Department in pursuit of America's foreign policy goals is reminiscent of Richard Armitage's release of classified information to former Washington Post columnist Robert Novak, who published the identity of Valerie Plame in 2003, a CIA agent specializing in international nuclear weapons data collection and analysis throughout the Middle East. The leak occurred ostensibly as punishment from high levels within the Bush administration for a New York Times column her husband had written that had criticized administration claims of an Iraqi nuclear weapons program promulgated prior to the start of the Iraq War. By publicizing Plame's identity, her life and the lives of any foreigners connected to her and her front companies in the region were placed in immediate danger. Additionally, an entire intelligence network that had been carefully nurtured for years became defunct overnight, thus severely damaging U.S. intelligence gathering in the region. In that sense, Mr. Issa's document release, though not as serious since it did not involve directly classified reports, still represents a significant threat to the lives of U.S. operatives, as well as damaging an intelligence network carefully built up by the U.S. State Department. Thus, in less than a decade, Republicans in high office have twice carelessly released sensitive or classified data of sources and methods that has impacted ongoing intelligence operations, putting at risk the lives of U.S. foreign assets in the process.